season up was removed 43 hours later, which officially makes it the longest pit stop turnaround in history. Max Verstappen became the youngest winner of a GP at just 18 years and 228 days old when he won the 2016 Spanish.
Welcome then everyone to DTR round number 1 for Division 3. First race of Season 8. As Division 3 gets underway, got a full grid, which is always good to see. There's no standings or anything to go through just yet, so who's going to be the first driver? Maybe an Alpha Tauri, where are they? It's not going to be Tom, it's going to be his teammate who I went past. It'll be Ralph. I am going to go with this, which is... that's actually quite away. So, Ralph will be the first one to start his lap as he comes around the final corner now. There he starts his lap, a long way down the straight. Thought it was going to get a little bit of slipstream off that rebel on the right hand side. Goes against it, heavy braking zone into turn 1. All 3 of these curves in, just quite nicely evens it out. Nice and wide as well. That's good. Very short first sector. As I knew I was missing something. There we go, lap data. Through the middle sector, it's a little slow section here. Really be patient on the pedal there, don't want to go too early, very easy to spin the wheels around there. Now to discuss the middle part of the circuit. This should be flat. In fact, no, it shouldn't be flat. I remember when I did it. It's got a little bit of traffic ahead, should be getting out of the way though. Through the second section, 7.8. Too bad, that traffic is not getting out the way. And that is going to be Ralph's lap over. Not a good start for the first lap in this season. That's going to be double, I believe, that got in the way. Scully is in a completely different part of the track. So who do we have on a lap then? Bob's coming around the final corner now to start his lap. The car behind him. Who's on behind? Scully, he's starting his lap. Kitchen, is he on a lap? Seems to be on a lap to me, so Kitchen will be the first driver to cross the line to complete a lap. And it's going to be a 118.0, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. That screen seems very wide, from what I remember. Anyway. Chef coming around the final corner. 2 Husky cars going to be the first driver to complete their laps. Chef crossing the line, and he is 4.5 tenths off of his teammate. Two McLaren's coming up to the line to start their laps, not actually on their lap so far. Never mind, that was a lie. Composite crosses a line, 3.5 behind, made a mistake on his lap somewhere. As Lacazette, sorry, butchered that name. A tenth off as Connor goes a little bit quicker, but hammers 17.4, we know what he can do. That's a great first lap from him. Tom, I believe, will be going for a second lap there. Not a strong first one. 2 Mercedes will be starting their lap soon. As Double coming up to the line now. What lap time does he do? It's 1.7 seconds. I've still got the wrong thing up. There we go. Now we've got the times up. A 19.1 for Double. Bog with a 118.9. Who else crossed the line? Scully at 118.4. That is Connor. Developing a new track layout. Because why not? Who else do we have coming up to the line now? The other McLaren of Skipper. His teammate currently only in 10th place. He'll be looking to do a little bit better than that. A couple of corners to go. As he comes around the final corner. What can he do? So 118.8 goes up into P7. Teammate will dive into the pits. Pac-Man goes into P7. 118.8, narrowly quicker than Skipper, who we just saw across the line. Who hasn't settled up yet? Benny will be one of them, although I think we have other people coming across the line. Yes, we do. Drake into the pits. He's not happy with his lap. So ASC, he comes up to line. What can he do? It's P2 with 117.7, still 3/10 off Hammers. But I'm sure he'll be happy with that lap. Who else? Benny, only P13 and 19.3. He'll be happy to improve on the next run. Man like Donkey will be the next driver to cross the line. It's a lap so far, and it's going to be a 1 minute 18.1. Puts him up into P6. Solid lap from him there. Can MBB get anywhere near that? Strong lap. Has he just recharged and gone for another one? It wasn't actually a validated lap. So he's definitely got to go for another lap. 3 other drivers not seen a lap so far. Ralph, who was supposed to be the first driver to cross the line, he comes out of the pits now. Had that incident with the Williams though. I'm sure will be reported after the races. Pav's found his favourite parking spot on the track. As he just now get back underway. We've got the McLaren's coming around the final corner. Already he's going to finish out the laps. No, they will come into the pits. Is anyone else on the lap? Pav is not on a lap here. I presume that's just an outlap. The game is maybe still slightly broken with this. I don't know. I haven't done this a long time, so I don't know what's right and what's not. Someone has improved. That's Bog going up to P3. What a lap! 117.7, and it's an Alfa Romeo 1-3 so far with some very good laps there. As Man Like Donkey goes for another lap. And he peels into the pits, and MBB will come up to the line for his first lap. It's going to be a 117.9, and he moves up into P4. As behind Connor, just opening his lap there. Is he going to get a slipstream? Of course he isn't. Right, who do we have on laps? Ralph, not set a lap so far, he's just opened his lap. Bog and MBB just setting some very quick laps as MBB's trying everything to find those 5/10 to Hammers. Kitchen also another driver starting their lap. Chef as well. So the next one will be Ralph then, I believe, unless Tom's coming through in the final corners, which it is. So who is the next one? Chef's starting his lap now. It's going to be Connor probably. Is this Connor here? This isn't Connor here. Who's there? Who is next? It's going to be Man Like Donkey. There we go. Finally figured it out. No, it might be down there. He's found a lot of time to do that final sector. Does he continue his lap? He does. So he must have found a little bit of time here, unless he's resetting up for another. He doesn't find the time. He's gone for another lap. Interesting to see. Who else do we have? Is that Connor now coming across the line? It is, and he finds just a small amount of improvement, which I think might have just bumped him up to P5 ahead of Kitchen. As Ralph crosses the line, and that's finally gets a lap on the board, and it's good enough for P9 with a 118.4. So we have some of the Alfa Romeos coming around the final corners. Is that a Williams coming across the line? Scully's just crossed the line, and Double has also. Oh, hello. I thought I saw a car just driving to the wall, to be honest. We've got the two Haskells coming across the line. There's Kitchen going up into P3, 117.7. The 3 drivers now in the 0.7s. Very strong pace here as someone just jumped up. I don't have a clue who it was. Where's Tom? I feel like it's Tom. Tom did just cross the line. I don't know whether he's just gone to a lap or whether he just improved. I saw someone shoot up, but I don't know who it was. I saw who it was that time. D-Drake, a 117.7 as well. And that's a good lap on older tyres as well. So he'll be happy with that lap time. Come back in, get a fresh set and hope to improve further. So we've got a lot of cars coming around the final corner now. Am I going to be able to get to any of them? Probably not. Who just crossed the line? I've just missed it again. Oh, okay, yeah. Right, let's see if we can catch the others. Scully coming into the pits. His teammate Double is going to cross the line. He's got an Alpine ahead I won't be able to jump to. in enough time, but I believe they're just starting their lap. Double crosses the line, and it's only 12 thousandths of improvement. It's not enough for a position change. He's still in the 19.1s. Hammer's coming across the line. No, he's not. He's coming to the pits. He can validate his lap time. Kitchen will also come to the pits after completing his lap. Who else do we have out there? Tom to the pits as well. Who else? T. Drake is going to come into the pits. Who else do we have out here? Man like Donkey. Well, he's half a tenth down through the first two sectors, but it doesn't mean he can't find time in the final sector. He's on very old tyres though, and he is going to come into the pits. So no improvement there for a man like Donkey. His teammate invalidates his lap, so he's going to go for another one. 1:17.6 though. Projected as Benny. What a lap from him! But an even better lap from ASC, who takes provisional pole now at 1:17.4. Only 21 thousandths ahead of Hammers. But a good lap from Benny as well to get up into P3 with 1:17.6. Faster times are starting to come in now as Skipper starts his lap. Who else do we have crossing the line? That's Pav crossing the line. I'm not sure if he just improved or whether he's on the lap now. We'll have to wait and see. Composite is on an out lap. Bog also on an out lap. We've got 5.5 minutes left. I mean 2 runs left for these boys. I assume they're doing out laps now. Pac-Man, is he on a lap? Yes he is. Getting down through the first sector, but a very short first sector, so not much space to gain and lose time through there, but it's half a second down through those first two sectors, and I think in the end he is just going to back off from this one, come into the pits. He's got no energy left, so it seems the sensible option to do. Just stay on board just in case he miraculously finds a second, but he doesn't, and he does come into the pits. Who do we have coming around the final corner then? It'll be all these boys, ASC, Benny, and the Red Bull of the Catsis. As he opens his lap. He's getting close to sort of final lap territory though. Is Skipper on the lap? Is he being held by car ahead? Car ahead is Pav, who's on the lap of his own actually, I think, so the gap doesn't seem to be too much, as actually Skipper does cut across the track, but neither of them end up being on laps. Did Skipper go for another one? No, he didn't. He has come into the pits as well. As MBB comes around the final corner to start his lap. Skipper's teammate Composite currently in last place. Is he on a lap? He's 6 tenths down, so I don't think he's going to improve here. He's still going to come up to the line. And it's an improvement in the final sector, but unfortunately for him, not enough to improve his overall time or his position. So who do we have out there? That's another American through the final sectors. Bob doing some lawn mowing on the left hand side there. As he is on his lap. Hammer's just opening his now, so going a little bit early here. These are going to be their final runs. MBB is not on a lap. Lacazette is on a lap. 4 tenths of improvement. This could be a strong lap from the Red Bull driver here. He's going to be looking at getting the front 2 rows. Can he get there? Unfortunately, losing a little bit of time through that final sector. 1:17.8. Still a strong lap. So that means the next driver not be MBB. Will it be Bog? I believe so. No, it won't, because he's invalidated. Will it be Composite? Is he on a good enough lap? He is. 4 tenths of improvement. Can he jump out of that last spot? He's got 1 corner to go. Just needs to keep it together as he comes up to the line, and it's going to be a 1:18.8. Pushes him up to P18. Still got a little bit of time to find out there, but whether he'll be able to do another lap, I don't quite know. So we've got 2 drivers very close here. So come around the final corner. Tom has invalidated, and Bob is just opening his lap. No ERS though for Tom. That could be his session over. There's no battery can really hamper you as Connor crosses the line, and there goes one of the Alfa Romeos into the pits. As Hammers has to go again. Nope, it's not going into the pits. They're going to give each other a bit of a slipstream. Teamwork's coming out today. And Hammers. It's going to be helpful. I mean, unfortunately, Bog was just a little bit too slow to help him down the whole straight. Every little helps. Kitchen comes around the final corner to start his lap. That isn't Connor, that will be his teammate, Drake, who's not on an impressive lap here. As he comes across the line, can he find any improvement? No, he can't. It's a purple final sector, but he's still a 10th off, and that is his session over. P4 at best for him. Skipper, nope, that's Composites. Who finds even more improvement. He actually goes up into P17. As Lacansis on the mediums, he's not going to come out again anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As where are the Red Bulls? Here we are. Bob coming around the final corner. Can he find any improvement? He can, but it's no improvement of position for him. He has to settle for that position. As whoa, that was all out of shape for Kitchen there. I was just catching that. But we've got to watch the front people, as I can't cycle through to them quick enough. Oh, Skipper starting his lap now. Who else do we have? We had some sort of Alpine crossing the line. Now Hammers has crossed the line, but he's not improved, so the slipstream might have been helpful, but it's not worked out for him in the end. As Bog isn't on a lap either. Is he out of fuel? He might be out of fuel. I feel like we're missing a lot of improvements here. It's just people are going on their final laps. Kitchen comes across the line. No improvement on that lap, as I did catch him sliding around everywhere. Who do we have coming across the line? Benny starting his lap. ASC as well. Bog, I feel, is going to appeal into the pits, which he is. That's his session over, and BB opens his lap. So who do we have coming around the final corners now? Scully, this is going to be his last chance. I think he can do is that Dre coming around the final corner. It is. He's into the pits as double, as somehow or other been disqualified for driving the wrong way. As he parks it up in the middle of the track, and he is going to be starting from the back. I'm sure it wasn't his fault. Man like Donkey up into P3 at 117.4. That's a great lap from him. As now we're starting to see the improvements come through. I did see someone else jump up as well, but I couldn't quite see who it was. Hammers isn't going to improve. As a 5 grid place penalty now for MBB. Everyone's going to get a penalty at this rate. So who do we have? Chef crosses the line, only P15 for him. He would have been looking for better. Pac-Man, can he find any time as he comes around the final corner? He can! A 117.0. Where's that come from for Pac-Man? Nowhere near the front for the whole of the session, and jumps up right at the end. And do we have anyone else that can do it? Kitchen can't. He's into the pits. Benny, can he do anything as he crosses the line? It's only P2. It's a front row start for him, though. ASC can't do anything either. Is that everyone? We still get MBB to come across the line. He's invalidated his lap. And I believe that'll be it. So Pac-Man was sort of sitting down in 17th throughout the whole session, and all of a sudden jumps up to first with a 17 flat. That is a very, very good lap. Oh no, misgives us before. No. That might be close. So there you go, Pac-Man at 117.0. What a lap. To get pole position, Benny will take a P2 and line up alongside him in the front row. ASC in P3. Is that the best place to start in Mexico? Possibly. And yeah, a nice slipstream down into turn 1. Hammers P4, Donkey in P5, Drake P6, Kitchen P7, Bog in P8, Lakatsis in P9, MBB in P10, but you all start in P15 due to that 5 grid place penalty. Connor P11, Ralph P12, Tom P13, Skipper 14th, Scully 15th, Chef 16th, Bob in 17th, Composite 18th, Havin 19th, and Double with a DSQ for apparently driving the wrong way, although I don't believe it, because usually disqualifications are for no reason. As we do have a wet start here. Pretty wet, so I'm going to presume it's full wet tyres. Though I can't be 100% sure. Getting away for the formation lap. Let's see if we can first of all figure out the buttons of what we want to do. That was not the right one. In fact, it kind of was the right one, but let's get some lap gauge work. Let's get some tyres. So it is intermediate, so I was wrong. Intermediate tyres. We'll keep it in tyres actually. Oh, I'm still clicking the wrong button somehow. There we go. Got it sorted. No, we haven't. Now we've got it sorted. So, Pac-Man leading the way. Hang on, I need to figure out what's the buttons change. Camera. F6. Okay. So, there's the race strategy. It's going to be a one-stop. Zero stop is on the cards if it does stay like this the whole race. However, it's supposed to dry up. How really that is, I don't know. But that's what's supposed to happen, so we'll find out. Oh, as we have a Haas car off. I don't know what my buttons are to go down. Oh well. Oh, and I've lost. There it is. Right, which house spun? It was either kitchen or chef. I think it was kitchen because it seemed to be someone quite far up ahead. However, I can't be 100% sure. It was one of the house cars. As Pac-Man's going to be on the grid very quickly here. There's a big gap between Benny and ASC here, and another big gap between. Yeah, it was kitchen that spun. He is further back than he should be. Is everyone just pulling up now to the grid? F7, F8, okay. I can manage that. As we're getting a couple of disqualifications here, ASC, Kitchen and Bog all parking out of the grid slot. Are we going to get any more? That's the question. I don't think we are. So, as we look to get underway here for the first race in Division 3, and we are underway, and it looks like a good start from pole. As there we go, yeah, good start from pole position so far. As here we go, Pac-Man currently leading the way as into turn 1 they go. It's going to be 3 wide possibly for the lead. ASC alongside on the inside. Benny does back out in the end. And down the inside goes ASC. He's going to get the move. Almost shut the door there. But ASC moves into P1. Pac-Man down into P2 as, let's see, any instance further back. Everything seems to be alright. Never mind, I said something and someone has spun around. It's Double who's in the wall. No front wing, and we have a VSC as Pac-Man and ASC were side by side there actually. ASC just about staying ahead. So only one instant it seems off the start, although we do have a stationary Alpine of Pav, who has a broken front wing. People still overtaking each other. Oh well, VSC's still going. I'm going to see if I can change my camera, because where do you find the camera settings? On screen display? Nope. So VSC's still leading the way. Nothing happening just yet. Yeah, I can't find a place to adjust all my camera settings. Oh well, you'll have to look at the camera. MVP and Ralph are still going side by side here. They're going side by side for a long time, and that's probably why we're back underway. Pac-Man's into the pits. That must be front wing damage then for Pac-Man. He's into the pits. Drake is into the pits as well. So our pole position man into the pits, and that is a change of front wing. As Pav into the pits as well. Obviously we saw he had a front wing damage and double as well. So Backman's sort of out of the equation for the moment. That leaves ASD, Bernie and Hammers as the top three. Donkey as well in the back of this group. Then there's a bit of a gap to Kitchen behind. So it's a battle between the top four at the moment. ASC though, sort of driving away at the moment. Benny not able to keep up. The timing is a little bit broken. I say a little bit, I mean a lot of it. Apparently Skipper's 8 seconds behind the leader. Yeah, everyone else is 1 minute 42. Yeah. Hammers. Oh, someone's gone in the wall. Hello. Who was that? Oh, it's Kitchen. Kitchen's gone around in the wall and we're going to have another VSC. Kitchen's just got to wait there, really. He just can't jump out. He's going to trust the ghost him. I don't mind, he is at the back of everyone. So Kitchen now spins around. And that's going to be no front wing for him. He's got to come in and change that wing. But the VSC might stay out long enough, so he still comes out ahead of those behind. Now we'll have to wait and see. So a couple of VSCs to start off with here. As we're back underway, and what a restart from Hammers. Straight down the inside and he jumps straight ahead of Benny. Timed that VSC ending to perfection as MBB into the pits as well, has he? He's got front wing damage as well. Another driver with front wing damage. 6 of them now who have had to come into the pits. But as we jump back up to the front, it's now Hammers who's giving chase. Benny still a little bit behind. Boggs got up to P5. I presume due to everyone else having moments, as we've got a stationary Mercedes. So that looks a little bit of a mess. I don't exactly know what's going on there. MBB having something wrong. But it's also resetting to track. I can't tell. Lakatzis and Chef fighting. Chef goes off track, rejoins. And Lakatzis will get that position up into P12. Ripples now one behind the other. A little bit further away on trackers. Who's gone around here? It's Pav. Has spun around. I'm pretty sure that was his parking spot earlier on as well, where he decided to stop. If we finally get a full lap of running, well, half full lap of running. We were halfway down the straight when it restarted, so I expect to see some fast laps as well, possibly. Unless I caught it at the wrong time. It seems to be a fight between these three up front. ASC leading the way, then Hammers, and then Benny. As now Connor getting the move on Scully. Down the inside goes Connor. Can Scully try and outbreak him? No, he can't. And Connor gets the move up into P9. Next one ahead is Skipper, who's trying to find a way past Tom. It'll be P7. Jump back up to the front of the grid, and it is just going to be these three. Can Donkey catch up and join the party? Maybe if they start fighting, that'll bring Donkey into the equation. Box seems to be sort of on his own a little bit, the same with Ralph. No one particularly near the pair of them. And we've got Tom as we have more yellow flags, and Hammers has gone around. We've got a severe collision with Benny as well. Benny has lost a lot of time, and Hammers, he's doing a 20-point turn here. I don't think he's going to be able to get that working, as everyone's just driving past him here. Nothing Hammers can do. Now he should be able to pull out, but that's going to cost Hammers possibly the chance at the win, as Benny has to come in as well. And ASC's going to have a smile on his face after he sees that. As now it's a 6-second gap behind, and now Bob goes up for P2, so Donkey must have got involved in that as well. So Bog moves up into P2, Hammers gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. No, we have even more drivers having to come into the pits due to front wing damage, as a bit of a race down here coming up the pit lane. Bernie out in P15 now, and Pac-Man, sort of the leader of the group of the people who have come into the pits, in P13. As Hammer's still sat there in the pits now, gets out of his box, but he is going to be in last place. That might have a look at his move here. I don't think he will. We'll drop the order a little bit. Give him a second. Let's go. Bob has actually caught quite a bit of time up there actually. The gap was 6 point something, it's now 5 point something. I thought that might work. I thought it was 6 seconds before, it's now 5s, unless that's just me getting it wrong with this. Looks like a possibility. So Connor not quite close enough to move. He is going to burn his battery down. Here comes Connor down the inside, and that's a comfortable move in the end. Skipper, nothing he can do. Sails past up into P6. That's a position change now, as Connor's gone up 4, but Bob's gone up 6, Ralph up 7, Tom up 7. It's a good start for the AlphaTauri's, avoiding all the trouble. Skipper up 6, Scully up 6, Bob up 8, Chef up 5, and Composite up 6. As we have another spinner, I think we do. It's Kitchen at the final corner. We've spun around. We do have a three-way fight here, actually. Kitchen with a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. How he's done that there, I don't have a clue. But apparently he has it. Down the inside goes Drake on Pac-Man, and he gets the move done. Can Pac-Man place it back? No, he can't. He's got to be careful of Benny right behind him, though. Kitchen and Double going side by side. I think there may have been a little bit of contact there, as Double was practically at standstill. They are trying to get up to speed and back up with the pack. They'll be hoping for a safety car. Benny's got a good run here, actually. On the back, for some reason, there's only certain cars where I can see the wheel in the battery. I don't know why that is. That's strange. If we do have another spinner, it's going to be Double again in the wall. It's not been the race he would have wanted. As we move back up here, Bob's got a good opportunity on Scully, and he's going to take the opportunity and get the move. That's just thinking of going for a move, as they're still side by side up ahead. Can he try and position himself? Scully has to back off, but he's so slow. Lucasius almost goes to the back of him, and he's going to spin around. Thankfully catches it, and it's not going to be too much loss. It's only going to be the loss of a position, as well as a chunk of time. That's a mistake he wouldn't have wanted to make. He was right with his teammate. Unfortunately for him, he's dropped back a little bit more. Back to the tyres, back to the front. In fact, no, back to 19th. As here comes Sammers. He'll set the fastest lap of the race so far. We know he's got the pace. With that instant, though, that's going to cost him a lot of time. It's down the inside. Kitchen's going to defend that, and Hammer's almost spinning himself off there. What positions you've got to be careful on. That's about for 18th place. Let's look at the battle for 6th, as Tom does go wide there. Oh, I was thinking about a move down the inside. Tom covered that off, but Connor's got a much better run as Benny retires from the session, and we have a safety car. What's happened to Benny here, we're not going to see for a while, and I don't think we're going to see at all. Let's actually pay attention if anyone comes into the pits. Does anyone want a fresh set of tyres? If you've got that slot, then why not? And Scully does come into the pits. I don't know if that's front wing change or if it is just for tyres. If it's tyres, then why not? All these three are going to come into the pits. So somebody's sort of making it not worth it, really. stayed out, you would have gained a lot of positions. I mean, the gap is 28 seconds behind, so in fact, one's not going to lose anything. See, for the pit stop, Scully does now rejoin. Pit stops. Pac-Man's back in the fast lane. Drake's taking a little bit longer. No, he isn't. No, he's just... Okay, taking a little bit longer, but they are all gonna come out. Drake in P12, Pac-Man P13, and Composite in P14. Unless MBB can get there, he's gonna put a foot down, and he is gonna get there. Is MBB? Composite will just have to settle with 15th place. It's gonna mean that he loses that lead that he had out in front. It seemed like Bug was slightly closing it. Comes out in P18. He was in P19. As Bog comes into the pits. That'll be just for a fresh set of tyres. How much gap has he got? He doesn't want to be behind this pack here, but he is going to be. Connor comes into the pits. So many people are coming into the pits that it seems like if you come into the pits, you're only going to lose a couple of positions anyway. As Bog's going to be in a little bit of a race with the two that will now be alongside him. I don't think he's going to be ahead of the hat. There he is, as Connor's taken the gamble. Here we go. Connor on the slick tyres. Is he a genius, or has he just thrown his race away? He's gone for the gamble. Actually, I don't have a clue if it's going to dry up anytime soon. Still a lot of spray out there. And I mean, look at that, he's just sliding everywhere. I'm going to hope the safety car stays out for a long time. It will be out for another lap. I don't know as far as it will go. Just hoping to slow this car down. He probably has the Delta right now, but he can't keep up with it. Plus he's on medium tyres in the way. No, sorry, Double does come into the pits. Is he going to go for it as well? Or does he just want a fresh set of inters? Those are inters. Now if Double doesn't go for it, I presume it's not really the right idea you want to be doing. It's still rain out there and the track's not going to dry up anytime soon. And I think for Connor, might not have been the correct decision. Let's see if he backs up on himself here and comes into the pits, or... he's almost spun around, and he's almost going to be picking up some warnings here. He's not careful. Ah, he's going to commit to it. He's committing to it. I don't see how it's going to work, but he's still going to commit to it. We'll soon find out, I guess, but... Mexico is one of the tracks where when it dries very quickly. Or it takes its time. It's pretty track specific, really. Connor is really struggling to catch up to the pack here, so... Lights go out on that safety car. See what a protection point. I can't quite remember how many laps we've had with the safety car so far, and whether it's going to come in. Either lights go out, they don't, so we are going to be staying out for another lap, especially as doubles. Almost 3/4 of a lap behind. 3-second time penalty. There's really no need to be getting penalties under safety car. It seems. They have caught up now. Just waiting on Kitchen, Hammers and Double. Let's go on board with Connor. And he believes it's not going to be dry enough. He's into the pits. And Connor really throwing his race away. He was in a pretty good position. Now he's going to have to do it from P17. Hammers into the pits. Hammers isn't in for a set of slips, because we've just seen from Connor, if he makes the effort to do an extra stop and lose all of those positions, has Lukacs spun around, he has half spun, and he's lost a couple of positions. Hammers is on a fresh set of inches. I guess if you're not going to lose any positions doing so, you might as well stick a fresh set on. Just give that a little bit extra life in those tyres. Though, you do want to catch up to the safety car, and he is quite a bit away. He's got to throw his foot down. Not as fast as he's been doing so this race, with the spins he's had. Maybe a little bit slower, but although it is supposedly drying up like Connor was predicting, I might be getting a little bit of extra grip soon. Although it is still raining out there, so if cars in this lap, Hammers, get a move on. Was it worth that extra 6%? I don't think it was anymore. Is ASC going to go early here just to get rid of Hammers? When is ASC going to go? If he waits until after the final corner, Hammers might have a chance. If there's any time before, Hammers doesn't have a chance. Surely he's going to put his foot down now. There we go. That'll do. ASC is underway and he has caught Donkey a little bit off guard there, and Ralph's got a great run already. Straight away, pulls out to the right hand side. Now it's just a drag race down into the first corner. Bog's going in for a move on Bob as well. Tom thought about going for a miss, had to buck off in the end. And Donkey will hold on to that P2. In the end, Hammer's almost catching up actually there, as Bob has gone around and he's hit his teammate as well. But I think his teammate got away with it in the end, as Composite like he was driving off track there, but Bob spins around. Has he lost his front right end plate as well? Couldn't quite tell, as here comes Kitchen going for a move on Composite. That's an easy enough move. It should be easy enough move down the inside. We're going to get Kitchen as MBB trying to go around the outside of Pav. He's now nowhere near the track. Just to rejoin safely though, as we've got moves up in the field. Is that man like Donkey? Losing a lot of positions there. Must have made a major mistake. We do have yellow flags back there. Is it Pav? It is Pav. Pav is facing the wrong way. And that'll be what the yellow flags are for, as it's a little bit scrappy here. Drake trying to go down the inside of Scully. And just sort of sitting behind and watching. Scully goes very wide. He's going very slowly here. He can't get his foot down on that right hand side. Connor gets a move on MBB as here comes Kitchen trying to go and move his man like Donkey into the pits, using stuff front wing damage. Here comes Kitchen on the right hand side as Bog ahead. Comes from move on Skipper. Skipper about something again. Obviously going to take further down. Here comes Scully going for a move on Pac-Man down the inside. Nothing Pac-Man can do there. Maybe position himself a little bit better, but he catches himself sliding around and nothing he can do. Kitchen right behind the Catsis. He tries to get a better exit. As he rejoins back behind, that was very close. From Kitchen, can he go for a move down the inside? He can, he's going to send it. But he's very late on the brakes, he's way too late on the brakes. And Lukacs did a very good job just to watch that happen. Sit behind and be patient. As further up the order, Bog's making a lot of progress here. Up into P3 now as he gets past Tom. ASC, what a lead though. 5.2, he's really flown away so far. Boggs might be looking for another move here as he gets a brilliant exit. Ralph's got front wing damage, that'll be why. Can Bog get the move? He needs to get the move, really, and he does. So Bog on 8 lap pressure tyres is now giving chase after ASC. The gap 5 seconds as Chef gets the move on. Scully Hammers has retired. Has he done it in exactly the same place where he did it before? Is he on the right? And he's on the right. And Hammers has found the wall. And that will be another safety car. Do we have anyone pitting? Bog's back in the pits. Why is Bog back in the pits? There's double with a drive-through penalty. We're finding slicks here for Bog. He's confident it's going to get dry. Is everyone else? I can't quite see what tyres. Hard tyres. Everyone else is confident it's going slicks. We're half and half here. Bog's the leading person. Skipper, Chef, Ralph, Lacatsis, Drake is on a new set of inters. MBB on mediums. Who else do we have? Double in on mediums. Kitchen's gone on another set of inters. Who knows what's going on here? It's still raining. Connor took this risk before, he's not taking the risk again. Who's got it right this time? A very quick decision from Bog as well to come in. He's been pretty sure. Is it right? He is having to crawl around here. He's not going to have any temperature in those tyres whatsoever. Oh, was it late on the brakes there from Bog? Going off. Skipper's going to follow him as well. Chef's going to follow him as well. Donkey manages to keep up the track after he's on into, so is that Scully coming in? No, it's Connor coming in! So Connor has now changed his mind. ASC's into the pits as well. He's thrown away his lead. As here comes Bog, coming around the final corner. He wants to put slow down, he can't yet. Where's ASC? He's going to be miles behind. Bog takes provisional P1. Skipper's provisional P2. Who's going to be third? Can Chef get ahead of these lot? Not quite, so ASC is now in P3. There's still 3 ahead on intermediate tyres, and after all this, Pac-Man's leading the way. Somehow or other, he's gone from pole to last, back to first in 15 laps. So, is it time for slicks yet? Or is it still too wet? It's too wet for me. Still gonna have a little bit of time before safety car comes in. It's interesting to see. Man like Donkey's coming in as well. Everyone else means just staying out though. So Donkey to the back of the grid. going to take a guess that the safety car's going to be in this lap and run like donkey. Catching up very quickly. The safety car is in this lap. Pac-Man's going to want to go as soon as possible. As soon as he can, he wants to put that foot down. He wants as wet of a track as possible to try and pull out a gap. The players behind. Although yeah, safety car's still not far enough. It seems to sort of exit that corner, then he can go. And here we go. Yep, straight away from Pac-Man. If you let him to drive though, actually, is look at that Bog struggling out the final corner. It's still intermediate conditions here. As ASC almost looking for a move on Skipper already. Here he is, he's going to try and go for it. Down the inside, it's mediums against hards. He needs to tuck back into that slipstream of Scully. Down the inside of Pac-Man, can he get the move? Pac-Man will have the inside line for the next corner. Can Scully try and hold it in? No, he can't. Pac-Man does hold on to the lead of the race. But these intermediate tyres are still quicker. Here comes ASC trying to get a move on Skipper. He can't quite get it yet. Here we go. Surely he's got to try and send it down the inside here. Later braking. Then the McLaren, a little bit of pushing wide there. But ASC gets it done. Into P5. Tom's going to try and go down the inside of Skipper. That was never really going to work. Oh, Chef's trying to join the party here with a move on Tom. Almost gone into the back of it then with the exit that he got. As Trey joined the party. That's sideways from Chef. And he's been put in the wall by Dre. He couldn't avoid the incident. And we've got another safety car. And surely now the intermediate tyre runners have got to come into the pits here. It's going to be dry, surely by then. And unfortunately the strategy just hasn't worked for them. That safety car straight after has not helped them. They needed it to be as wet as possible. Pac-Man's just going to stay tight to that line there. He's into the pits. Oh, Scully's trying to decide. He does now decide. That was a late decision from him though. As Composite with a 5-second time penalty, but it's Bog who inherits the lead of the race. yeah, we've had a few safety cars so far. Scully on the softs, not a bad choice. In these wet conditions, it's going to be obviously the soft tyre, the easiest to get temperature into, and in these conditions you can't get temperature as whatever that was just showing. Composite, I think it was, almost spitting out of the pit lane. But it's Vog who leads the way ahead of ASC. We're still on the mediums, then Skipper and Tom on the hards. We've still got Pav out there on the inters. And I don't think it will work for him. I think it will just dry up too much. We have now hit the halfway point of this race. Sorry, I hadn't actually noticed Bob as well. It's but that's going to change as Pav comes into the pits, but Bob's still going to commit to it. As well. 3 drivers left to catch up. Pav, Donkey and Double. Some 3 freshest tyres, so the pit's being a little bit more recent. I've got to catch up with it. Using this lap. Actually, I think we still do have another lap. We do. Yeah, when you catch up quickly. We're going to see a late call. There we go. There's the late call. And Bog has only got a small amount of space to work with here. Skipper almost to the back of ASE there. When is Bog going to go? He's gone now. Can ASE try and get close enough? As Tom already alongside Skipper. He's got a very good chance at a move as he pulls out to the right hand side. He's going to comfortably get that move. I think in the end ASE, I don't think he's going to close enough. He's going to go for a move on Bog. Here comes Connor right behind Skipper. He's thinking about a move there. Not quite close enough. Here comes MBB around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next corner. A little bit of contact between the 2 drivers there. There's even more contact. And we've got another DNF of Ralph. MBB's in the wall as well. We're going to have another safety car here, aren't we? As Lukatsis is in the wall. And somehow or other, we don't have a safety car for that incident. That's probably the worst incident we've had so far. And it's the only one that hasn't caused a safety car. Ralph is out the race. There's going to be another incident as Kitchen sends it down the inside. In the end, they get away with it. As Composite loses a couple of positions, but that's all that happens. Bob on these intermediates. How's it going for him? It doesn't look too great. It does look like a dry track, so I'm not sure what Bob's going to be able to do as ASE. I somehow or other have missed that. I must have been distracted by the incident. ASE is taking the lead, and he's got a 2-second gap as well. Straight away against Bog. And they're on the same tyres practically as well. Bob. At the moment, I mean, Tom's right behind them as well. On the harder compounded tyre, Tom's going to fly right past him down the inside. There's nothing to do. Bob does come into the pits at last. And Connor's going to go up into P4 as well. He's had a little bit of a mare of a race. But he's still finding himself up there. Pac-Man as well. Said he was lost at one point. And what a move there with a switchback. And Pac-Man is up into P5. And this is a good drive so far. Fresher tyres as well compared to those around. Scully on the softs, I was about to say, is perhaps going to be a little bit more aggressive, but I didn't mean that much more aggressive. He almost runs into the back of Skipper, just about manages to avoid him, as that's very slow there from Connor, as I think Bob made a mistake ahead. And I think Pac-Man might try and capitalise as it's side by side into the fast left-hander. Connor in the end backs out, and Pac-Man is up into P4. And something is wrong with Bog, because he has no pace at the moment. His front wing's completely fine. Whether maybe he's got a wet setup on. That could possibly be the problem, as here comes Dre going for a move on Kitchen. Kitchen's pushed out wide. There's now Kitchen almost pushing Donkey wide. Just about managed to avoid too much contact there. As well as see the fastest lap of the race so far. He's got a 3.3 second lead ahead of Tom. Let's jump back up to these guys here. Does Pac-Man have enough pace to try and get past Scully? Looks like he's going to go for a move. In fact, he's going to get that move very comfortably ahead of Skipper. Wait. So Scully on those soft tyres is going to have a lot of pace, as here comes Drake looking for a move on Skipper as well. Skipper not any pace on those hard tyres, but he's spun around. Has Drake, and he's going to drop to the back of the grid now. That actually being P13. Everyone else involved in an incident as a little wide from Donkey. Pav has to avoid, and he sends it down the inside, and there's contact between the Ferrari and the Alpine. Pav back down the inside, he will get that P9. He won't be happy with that. A little bit of pushing out of the way. But Pav is the one in P9. Donkey will have to try and fight that one back as double. On the top tyres, we want to get past Composite as soon as possible. I don't think the move's there just yet. Donkey going for the move back on Pav. Pav down the inside, almost contact. Donkey does actually go wide and might pick up a track limit warning there. Connor gets, I think, the second penalty of the race so far. Well, I might just be presuming that he gets a lot of penalties. Goes onto the back, but it's not as close as Kitchen though. As Kitchen goes for a move, not as close as Pac-Man. He's flown past Bog up into P3. I don't think Connor's quite close enough to get the move. No, he isn't. Kitchen's flown past Skipper there. I think Pav going for a move on Donkey. This battle still continues, and Pav gets the move back into P9. As these two just continuously swapping directions. Skipper, well, he's just falling backwards here. And this might be another one as here comes Pav. Sends it down the inside. That's a little bit late on the brakes though. Just about manages to keep it on the track, but he's going to rejoin right in the way of Skipper, and here comes man like Donkey down the inside of Skipper, and Skipper falls down to P10. I don't think he's going to be able to hold this here. No, he does back out of the way. I'm going to move there from Skipper just to jump out of the way. Still man like Donkey, he's still going to fight this. They're both on the same tyres, they both burned each other's ERS. Down to the point that they've practically got none left, and man like Donkey gets the move back into P8. But Pav's probably going to have an answer straight away. It's hitting Pac-Man. He's only a tenth behind Tom, and with the whole straight to go, this should be a comfortable enough move to get past the Alpha Tauri. The RS is enabled. There we go. And Pac-Man moves up into P2. Meanwhile, Connor is up in P4. Just going to make sure that Pac-Man does complete that move, which he does. Tom drops down into P3, but on the hard tyres. Got to think about the long game there, as man like Donkey and Pav are still battling this one out. Oh, is man like Donkey almost stopping in the middle of the track there. There was a little bit of contact there, but I think he would have got away without any damage. Looking for a move back here. Closing onto the back of Skipper, and Skipper's going to be out of the points soon. He just hasn't had the pace on these hard tyres. See the soft runners both winning charges actually on the softs. They will have to pit again. There's no way they're making another 12 laps. The medium runners, well, possible, but I do doubt it. Wait and see, is Tom close enough for DRS there? If he's not, then he's got Connor right behind him, looking for that P3. I'm just going to quickly check down with these penalties does Connor have. I was just looking up, he does only have 3. I can't get the right finger up. There we go, tie up. I think Tom maybe didn't get DRS, but he's very quick in a straight line. Just to hold on to that P3. Let's look further back. I think Drake might go for a move of composite here down the inside. Yes, he does. He goes side by side through the first corner into the second corner, and that's a good move from Drake. Composite does well just to back out. By another day, unfortunately, being on the inside, especially when you're about a car length behind. Just doesn't work out. In the end, that gap's always going to close. As Connor gets the move very quickly on Tom. I wasn't expecting the move there, that's why I wasn't particularly focused on him. Connor moves up into P3, and Tom getting back though. That seems to be quite quick in a straight line. See now, Tom is 6 tenths back. Look at the closing speed of that Alpha Tauri, and it's such an easy move. And I think Tom may be running some low wings, which is why he's being overtaken through that middle sector. As Kitchen now gets the move on Scully. So the soft tyres maybe starting to die off a little bit now. As there's another overtake on a Williams. Craig moving up to P11 as he tries to fight back his race. That might be a little bit of a corner cut. I couldn't quite tell. Maybe able to fights it back in the second composite, looking for a move on the Williams driver. To go. Let's pay attention to Connor this time. Never mind, he's already gone through the middle sector, but he is right behind Tom. He needs to be closer than that because he knows that AlphaTauri's slipper in a straight line. I don't think he's going to be able to get the move here. The gap is 6.5 tenths. Tom flew past him on the last lap when the gap was exactly the same. Except this time, Tom's still pulling away as Kitchen flying past Bog there. Bog's not having the pace anymore. He's now dropped down to P6 after being the one to challenge ASC. Talking about challenging ASC, Brackman only 2.5 behind Mercedes driver. He's closed that gap up a little bit. So that'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Connor not quite close enough to go for a move on Tom. If he's going to get the move done, it needs to be really into that turn 1 braking zone, not through the middle sector. If he gets it through the middle sector, just so vulnerable to the overtake. Let's see how much Tom struggles through that middle sector. No way he's going to be taking that corner flat, whereas in the Aston Martin it is possible for Connor. Sit behind for now, but doesn't want to lose too much time. He still wants to push. Right up to the back of Tom. He's trying to position himself as Connor's teammate Drake. It's 3 second time limit. This is much closer from Connor. And he's going to get a good run through the final corner. It's got to be now, really, for Connor. 8 laps to go. His tyres are just going to become better and better for Tom compared to those mediums on Connor. He is closing up. Moves to the inside line. Is there anything Tom can do? On the outside into the braking zone, there's nothing Connor can do though. Has to back out in the end. Tom does go a little bit too deep, but I don't think it's going to be enough for Connor to get in a good position for a move on the next straight. That's for the second time, but he's not going to be close enough. Tom remains in P3 for the time being. On the back of composite, that's a little bit closer than he would have wanted, maybe to the braking zone. The soft tyres seems to still be doing alright. Connor's going to go for it down the inside, no, just going to back off, he wants that DRS. He was right on the back of him last time. If he's going to burn his battery, he's got to make use of it. He's got to take that opportunity, otherwise he's just going to run himself out of battery. As soon as he runs out of the battery, there's no way he's getting past Tom. Here we go, for the second time, but kind of stopped being close enough for a move. The gap, 2.5 seconds. No, 2.5 tenths of a second. Tom defending to the inside line. Connor's going to try, maybe, just position himself for the next corner. Tom goes very wide into the corner. He's off the track. Now on the inside line, Connor. Oh, he just sits back though. Gotta take those opportunities, especially when you know the car ahead's too quick in a straight line. Gotta take the opportunities when they come up. And Connor's still going to be sat behind in P4. Was that a possible overtake for Skipper? No, it wasn't. He'll remain in the order of which they were before. Perhaps it's not quite close enough to MBB for a move just yet. Right in that 15th position. Connor again. And sitting behind for now. Good defensive though. Through that corner. That's compromising through there. So again, Connor's going to have a good position, but Kitchen's right behind. And if Connor doesn't take the opportunity now, I don't think he's ever really going to get it, because Kitchen's going to be right behind him. So Connor falls out to the right hand side. We have a retirement by the back. Connor might want to try and get this move as quick as possible if there is a safety car. Connor backs out from that inside line. No, he doesn't. It's just Tom flying off for a second time. He rejoins, and there's contact between himself and Kitchen. Hopefully Kitchen hasn't got damage to his front left. It doesn't seem to be. Finally Connor gets through Tom. Tom making another mistake into that braking zone. Tom won, and he's going to lose another position because of it. He's down to 6th place. Connor's up into P3, Kitchen into P4, Donkey into P5, and Tom now into P6. Remember those on their soft tyres, they will start coming to a window where they will work better soon, as I don't believe that these soft tyres are going to go the distance. Surely these are going to puncture on Williams cars. I don't see how they're going to go the distance. We're doing alright so far, as look at the gap out in front. Pac-Man right on the back of AFC. Well, if you're watching the other battles, there's an opportunity for the lead of the race here. Can Pac-Man capitalise it? Is he going to take it straight away? He's closing up very quickly. Pac-Man's going to go for the move into turn 1, and I think it's just going to be a comfortable move. Pass on the straight. There's the yellow flags in the background. Quite sure who that's for. It's for Bob and Double. Pac-Man takes the lead of the race. Can ASC get anything back? No, he can't, 'cause it's a double DRS zone, so there's nothing you can do. A Donkey overtakes Kitchen for P4, but Pac-Man takes the lead of the race. And now we've got to find that second gap. Get ahead of Paz, losing a lot of positions, as well as get a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, it seems a little bit unfortunate for him. As he now does move outside the points. Skipper back into the top 10. Tom right behind Kitchen here. 3 tenths per second. Even less further up, as ASC has managed to stay with Pac-Man. This could be a race to the end here. Pac-Man on 3 lap pressure tyres. Battery levels I can't see. I'm certainly for ASC anyway. Around the final corner. What's it going to be? Should be 6 that lap for ASC. Minus 22 for Connor. Connor is catching, but he's not got enough time left. Here comes ASC around the outside, and once again, down that straight. It's just a simple move before the braking zone. And again, Pac-Man, nothing you can do on the second straight. The double DRS zone, and ASC is just going to get it again. So, ASC's turn this time to try and pull that second gap, although, seeming as he was being caught previously by Pac-Man, I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Especially if he's got the older tyres. There's a little bit of contact between them, as Pac-Man perhaps thought about switchback, couldn't quite get the car turning enough to give himself that opportunity. So he's just going to sit behind through this middle section. So, here we go, for the third time then. Pac-Man on ASC the first time, ASC on Pac-Man the second time. I think we're going to see Pac-Man on ASC this time. This time for Pac-Man. Drop here to Pac-Man. On the right hand side, and it's a simple enough move into turn 1. Right, let's see the maths. Who is supposedly going to finish him first? Lap 34. It'll be ASC in the way, so on the background, Tom could get the move in Kitchen. There is other moves going on as well. Drake up into P8 as Kitchen. And Tom have had a little bit of a collision here. As all of a sudden they're going very slowly, and Bob will say thank you very much, and he's up into P5. Tom obviously in that rapid AlphaTauri. Can he defend it on the inside? No, Bog will go all the way around the outside and hold on to that P5. Between Tom and Kitchen, I don't quite know. Kitchen was sort of driving along the grass, and Tom was still on the track, but they have both lost a lot of time. Oh, sort of a little bit of pack mixing up here. Has Tom got front wing damage? Nope, he seems alright. Kitchen? He seems alright as well. Just sitting on that for a second. We're on lap 34. And one for another driver swap out in front. There's not catching as much. Maybe Pac-Man's done the math before me. And maybe he realises he needs to defend his position. ASC doesn't go for it yet, but he is going to get DRS for the next straight. So here's his opportunity. It's not a good exit at all, and ASC is going to have to sit behind for the time being. There's nothing he can do. So on lap 35, ASC will be leading, and on lap 36, Pac-Man will retake the lead. So if he keeps swapping positions, Pac-Man will be the one to cross the line in first. In theory, is a little bit different to how it goes in practice. So we'll have to see how that happens as Tom and Drake both. I think that was them missing their braking zones, or just Kitchen braking a little bit earlier than they thought. But both of them had to go almost straight on through the corner. So we've got a massive group here, all behind Kitchen, as Boggs managed to pull a little bit of a gap between them all. Let's switch back to the front. So they can't find the corner once again. Pac-Man. Maybe we'll just let ASC go here. See, not with a good exit though. Does he start catching? No, he doesn't. Pac-Man's going to hold on here as well. All sorts of... So 2 laps remaining. Whoever leads sort of into turn 1, I think is likely to win the race. Who's it going to be? Pac-Man's still leading the way. There's now a couple of laps that he's led. Is he burning his battery though to try and hold on to that position? There's no flashing red light back his car. I can't check on ASC, and apart from when he drives past this camera here. Never mind, the camera's going to change maybe here. There we go. Nope, okay, it didn't stay on for long enough. There doesn't seem to be any battery warnings on the back of that car. I know there isn't, so both drivers with over 10% of battery. Who has the most is going to be decided down this straight. ASC's the one with DRS. He seems to have fallen behind a little bit. No tactics from Pac-Man, he just wants to get on with it. Probably rightly so, they've got 7.5 tenths. Who gets the better exit? ASC with a good exit. Who's it going to be? Now's the time to burn your battery, if you're ever going to burn it in a race. There's fighting going on further back, but this is the battle we want to watch. ASC is closing. Can he go for the move down the inside? He's going to be late on the brakes as Pac-Man tries to hold onto it around the outside. But ASC into turn 1 gets the move, and I don't think there's anything Pac-Man can do. He's going to burn the battery. Has ASC got enough to hold off? He's got the DRS. Pac-Man's catching, but it's not going to be quite enough. It's almost into the back of him. Pac-Man, can he try and stay close through this middle section? He's so close to the back of him. As he tries to get a better exit, he's almost pushing him around the corners. It's a snap from Pac-Man, but he's still alright. 2.5 tenths behind it. All comes down to this middle section. Pac-Man a little bit offline. I think he's slightly slow. It's got to be out of here. He's got to send it out of here. And it's a little bit too much for Pac-Man. He has to catch a slide. And I think that's going to be it for ASC. As long as he can hold on through this stadium section, Pac-Man thought about sending it down the inside at the end, thought better of it. And he's going to pick up a 3-second time penalty anyway, so it wouldn't matter. As he cuts that inside corner, ASC comes around the final corner. He takes the win in Mexico. And Pac-Man just about has to settle for P2 in the end, 3.0. Due to that 3-second time penalty, Connor on track will come in P3, but it's going to be a double Ferrari podium. Something I haven't heard in a while. As Man Like Donkey picks up P3. Connor takes P4 in the Aston Martin. Bog will pick up P5. As it's a run to the line. And Tom in the end is the one to get P6 without that penalty. Skipper gets P7 without a penalty as well. Pav P8. Drake P9 and Kitchen doesn't round out the top 10. He finishes P11. It's Double who takes P10. Bob will take P11. Kitchen P12. Scully P13. Composite P14. And Lukatsis will come home in P15.
2014 ushered in a new set of regulations that saw us.
There you go, ASC takes the win. Only just about though, Pac-Man was close, picked about 3-second time penalty right at the end. In the stadium section, in the end has to settle for P2. I'm not sure he'll take that after being last place. A couple of laps in, so a good race and a good recovery from him. Donkey will round out the podium, making it a good weekend for Ferrari. Connor will take P4, Bog will take P5, Tom in P6, Skipper P7, Pav in P8, Drake P9 and Double pickups the final points playing position from P20 as well. Not a bad race from him. Bob takes P11, Kitchen P12, Scully P13, Cutsis will take P14 with fastest lap as well, doesn't count as a bonus point unfortunately for him. Composite I actually believe was ahead of Legatsis, but I think he left too quickly so it didn't count for him in the end. And MBB, Ralph, Chef, Hammers and Benny, all retirees in the race. Well, there you go, that is round number 1 of Division 3. Next week, I don't know what track it is. I believe it's Brazil next week. Hopefully Nell will be back on comms by then. Although I don't 100% know. But anyway, we'll see you then.